Did you know a projector can transform your game nights from this to this? I'm Anne-Marie from NexiGo, and today I'm going to walk you through how to optimize your next game night with a projector. We've all been there. Playing games with friends can be hard to follow on a small screen. Projectors are great for couch co-op because even at their smallest size, each player gets their own 40-inch screen. And with a few tricks, you can even get your latency as low as 4.2 milliseconds. Let's talk about setting up your screen to reduce latency and the recommended settings for your projector and console. Feel free to jump to the timestamps below to find the information you're looking for. When resizing your screen, keep in mind that while features like Keystone correction and zoom might make it easy to get started, they can also drastically increase your latency. Instead, do what you can to calibrate your projector by hand. Scoot it forward for a smaller screen or pull it back for a larger one. You can pause and use this chart to find the right distance for the screen size that you're after. To fix distortion, you can shift your projector side to side. You can also adjust the legs or kickstand on the bottom to tilt it up to the right angle. On the Aurora Pro, you can adjust the legs by spinning the dials on either side. To raise or lower the screen, you can use an adjustable projector stand. Three great options are a projector tripod, a desktop riser, or a motorized projector tray like the NexiGo AS400. If you don't have any of this gear, you can get a little creative with it. Just don't leave your projector somewhere it could fall over. If you're using the TriVision Ultra or another projector that supports automatic Keystone, don't forget to go into the settings and turn this feature off. Otherwise, the next time you turn on your projector, you'd lose all your hard work. It's also important to know that many projectors have designated HDMI ports for gaming. Check out the HDMI ports on your projectors and see if one of them is labeled Game or Gaming. On this projector, you can see that it's HDMI 2. Make sure you plug your console into this port for the lowest possible latency. Depending on your projector, it can be worth considering whether or not to use a screen when playing games. For short throw projectors like the Aurora Pro, it's best to use a screen since the steep projection angle will highlight any texture or bumps on your wall. An ambient light rejecting screen is a great choice. It'll increase contrast, especially if you have any lights on in the room. For long throw projectors, using a screen will make the game look better overall, but it's not required. You can project straight onto the wall for a huge 200-inch display at a minimal cost. Once you have your projector set up, it's time to dive into the settings menu. These options will give you much lower latency, but keep in mind that it will disable Keystone correction to do so. I'll go over which settings to change for these projectors for smoother gameplay. While in an HDMI input, access the sidebar settings on your remote. On the Aurora Pro and Aurora Pro Mark II, locate low latency and enable it. Then scroll down and enable 1080p display. Additionally, enable MEMC for smoother gaming. On the TriVision Ultra, scroll down and enable low latency. Scroll back up and enable 1080p display. On the PJ40, go to picture mode, select game, then turn on low latency mode. On the PJ40 Ultra, enable game mode. Know that this option is not available on the internal streaming apps, but it will work with an external input like a streaming stick. It's also a good idea to optimize your console settings so it can work better with your Aurora Pro or TriVision Ultra. If you're using the PJ40 or another NexiGo LCD projector, you can skip this step since the default settings are already optimized for your device. I'll go over the settings to change for the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2, the PS5, and the Xbox, so feel free to jump to your console using the timestamps below. On the Nintendo Switch, go to Settings, then TV Settings. Or if you have the Nintendo Switch 2, go to Settings, then Display. For both Nintendo Switch consoles, set TV resolution to automatic, RGB range to automatic, screen burn-in reduction to on, and match TV power state to on. If you have the Nintendo Switch 2, also set auto low latency mode to on, HDR output to for all software, and 120 Hz output to on if you want smoother gaming in 1080p. If you want sharper visuals in 4K at 60 Hz, set 120 Hz outputs to off. Finally, go into Adjust HDR and follow the on-screen instructions to calibrate the color and contrast. On the PS5, go to Settings, Screen and Video, then Video Output, and set RGB range to automatic, HDR to on, 120 Hz output to automatic, VRR to automatic, and resolution to automatic. On the Xbox, go to Settings, General, then TV and Display Options, and set resolution to 4K HD, and refresh rate to 60 Hz or 120 Hz. Next, open Device Control and enable HDMI CEC, along with every other setting. Now, go back, open Video Modes, and tick every box. That's all there is to it. Now you're ready to throw an awesome game night with your projector. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at cs@nexigo.com or comment down below your question and we'll be sure to get to you as soon as we can. See you next time!